game that you want to see on which team's really going to show up.
No doubt, for sure.
But we can get on this next game though. Atlanta Falcons 5-6 going into Washington Commanders, who are 6-5. Washington's a 4-point favorite here. I like the Commanders here. I've said it before and I'll say it again. This front seven is something to worry about. Finally, they finally have put their pieces together. They've stopped fighting each other and are now fighting the other side of the ball. They're the only team this year to hold the Philadelphia Eagles under 100 yards, and they've done it twice in both of their games. And one of the games came out into a victory.
Wow.
And then last week I talked about them versus the Texans, and Pierce had 10 rushes for only 8 yards. So, you know, that front seven can hold the run game, and the Falcons need that run game to develop an offense, because Mariota's passes, I think 60% of them come off of play action, which is ridiculous because the next closest guy is like 30. So, and if they can't get the run game going, it's going to be a bad day for the Falcons. So I'm going to go Commanders here. I like the front seven.
I can't argue with anything you said. I think you got to ride the hot hand. 5-1 in the last 6 games, and if it wasn't for a interception late in the Minnesota game, which is that one loss within this last span, they beat the Vikings too. Commanders, just to add on to what you said, Brady, second in the league, 57 rushing yards allowed over the last 3 games. 57 per game. That's good sauce when you're talking about Philly and the Texans. And the only thing the Texans have been able to do this season is run the ball. And when you think about Philly's offense predicated off the run, at the very least with Jalen Hurts, I don't trust either one of these teams though. Like, all the numbers definitely scream take Washington. That's who I'm going to take, but I don't trust either one of these guys. I think both of them are very fraudulent, but you're right. The defense and what Atlanta likes to do, Atlanta likes to run the ball. They like to control the clock. And sneakily on the other side of the ball for Washington, 143 yards rushing per game over the last 3 games. That's quietly good enough for 7th in the NFL over that same span. So everything says Washington. I'm gonna go Washington, but Atlanta's been the cover kings this year, so who knows? But Pitt's out for the Falcons as well. Not that they were using him very much at all, but yeah, I gotta go Washington. How about you, Ed?
It's your classic above and below here. One game above and below. You're 6-5 above 500. You're the Atlanta Falcons. You're 5-6. You're one below 500. Just classic above and below here. Both teams are scraping in the bucket to get out. They're trying to make the playoffs.
Is how I feel about these teams.
They're trying to get in the playoffs. Everybody in this game here, everybody's trying to get in. And Atlanta, you know, they're just so magical some days and just so not so magical others.
Well said.
Their offense is the great value version of the Philadelphia Eagles, so I definitely see the Commanders handling them if they can handle the Eagles.
Yeah, you know, I'm not gonna go against the trend here, man. You guys both take the Commanders. I think the Commanders should go on ahead and command the lead in this one and take it. But you know, just the Atlanta
there's
Falcons.
Reason for reservation though. It's tough saying, yeah, Commanders stamp.
Right. But you know, I just expect Heineke to make some throws, some questionable throws. You know, expect Scary Terry to be friggin' scary in this one. They're letting up 123 yards rushing. You know, this could be the Bam Bam, Gibson, Robinson connection here. And we could potentially see a big game there from these fellas, because them boys can get after it too there. And then, and then you got the defensive line who's playing, who Brady's touched on, starting to play very well now. So, I mean, this could be a stomp by the Commanders, but then, you can get the magical Falcons, the magical, team that, and Mario is going to come out and actually start throwing the ball to allow his run game to open up.
On the special teams.
Yeah, I mean, you never know. But I'm going to go safe here. I'm taking the Commanders because no, they're in the best division in football right now. I'm saying it. They're the NFC East is the best division in football. I'm sorry, Brady. It's not
Looks like it.
It's not the South. It's the East.
Like it.
So.
This game reminds me of Falcons Carolina Panthers, where on one hand Carolina was able to dominate them in the second game of it, mainly because of the rushing attack and good defense. But in the first game, Atlanta was able to exploit them and make some, just like you said, make some big plays happen, and they won the game. So
make
that's
a guy
why
take his helmet off.
Like, I can't call this one, but it's got to be Washington, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, because we're not taking the magic here. We're just taking the facts. And facts say,
it's tough, man.
Let's take the Commanders.
Game.
I mean, Younghoe Koo and Cordell Patterson, two special guys that the Commanders don't have. So special teams, maybe it makes a difference.
Maybe.
Could be.